Climbing, climbing, climbing some more, making some plants grow, having a little creature made of water, then climbing and climbing and climbing some more, activating a few towers here and there to uncover the true story of what happened in this place. Welcome to the full experience of Jusant. A beautiful but wasteland-looking environment greets us in these opening moments of Jusant, as the boats, surprisingly enough, remind me of a different game. Actually, this kind of reminisces me, some of the designs, could be a coincidence, reminds me of Far, the Far series. I think it's Far Long Tide and Far something else. Kind of reminds me of that. Some of the boat designs. Love those glasses. I think I mean, if you see how round these are, I don't know if I can see through the little squint thingies. And after this beautiful exposition, we start our climbing journey in this gorgeous, gorgeous game called Jusant. Didn't have any hands? Oh, you should have kept the glasses on, my man. His character looks just weird all of a sudden. Very generic, though. Very generic looking face, I'd say. After meeting our generic looking protagonist, we see, or it hints, that there is another creature inside of our backpack that we have yet to meet. What could its purpose be, and why is it in our backpack? We will later discover those answers. Changing into gameplay. Yes. Gameplay time. Chapter 1. Day mark. My goal for this playthrough is to try and 100% it. At least I'm gonna try as best as I can on the first run. After wandering around for a bit, I come to the first tutorial of the main feature of this game, which is the climbing. You do that by alternating left and right trigger, which is very weird at the start, and it still remains weird even after the 2 hours I've put into the game currently. Alright, that's kind of weird. The icon displays the rope's main chamber. When full, it means the rope is wound in. When empty, the rope is attached to a wall. After climbing a surface that is a bit more difficult, the game tells me that I also get 3 pitons that allow me to extend my climbing ability. These 3 small icons represent secondary pitons. If they're full, they're available to use. If they're empty, the pitons are already attached to the wall. Oh. Oh my god, is there stamina involved? The right-hand gauge represents your stamina. Oh my god. With the introduction of the pitons and the stamina, I continue climbing alongside this wall, trying to figure out how everything works. My first instinct is that the wall has predetermined positions for these pitons, but the game is trying to tell me through the tutorial that I should place pitons before I make big jumps. I also lose stamina when doing certain activities like jumping, and the game gives me the ability to rest in order to regain some of that stamina. Oh, interesting. After finishing up this climb and this part of the tutorial, I come across a residence of some sorts here in this cliffside. I explore it a bit and it confuses me, like the layout confuses me a little bit, but after that I make my way and continue along climbing even more. Oh, I have to go down. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but okay.
Oh, I got there in the end. Oh, and I can place the pittons myself, so I determine.
After the flawless execution of this part of the tutorial, I walk around a little bit more and discover some sort of a device, which is actually a shortcut, and I'm actually really surprised that this game does feature shortcuts.
Oh. That's like a shortcut now. Okay.
After exploring a little bit more, I come across a seashell, and listening to that allows me to listen to what this place once was. The voices, the children laughing, the business that took place. This once sprawling environment. I can listen to what it once was before the tide went away fully. I continue to climb, and on the next part I do struggle a little bit, but luckily that leads me to another shortcut that I activate and then just move away from. The next little tutorial part that I think I already covered at one point is to load up a jump, which I can do by holding A. I do struggle a little bit with that, but afterwards I continue onwards and find what seems to be a shortcut device, but my character just tosses his rope to it with the precision that only Hawkeye can match.
I mean, just throw that. Yeah, no problems.
As I continue to explore and walk around, I see the very first cairn that I can complete. After that, I am greeted with a gorgeous view of what seems to be a sentinel tower of some sorts as it pans away and it shows me the scenery of this beautiful landscape and of the beautiful cliffs. As I continue my way to the top of this tower, several letters and scenery pieces distract me from time to time. So is there a letter of a certain Bianca, which seems to be a person that was stuck at this outpost slash tower and now has gone on to explore something different or something more in this world. Like I said, there are several pieces here that continue to distract me. I thought there was a little room to a side piece that I could reach, but unfortunately that was just my imagination. Then once all the exploration is done, all the letters are read and all the cairns and all the other pieces in this place are touched, I climb to the top of this tower, which shows me a very unique mechanic and shows the true nature of, or perhaps the true purpose of the little creature that has been hidden in our backpack so far.
Ooh, what am I gonna do if I listen to that? Do I listen to some... Am I gonna communicate with something? I've seen, what is it? The V. Oh. Someone's magical. Something gonna... Oh,
did we get to see the little creature?
that looks like water. Just like water embodied. Tattoos are glowing. Magic. sails? Is this like this? Oh, so I have to do this several more. This reminds me of, what is it? Grow a home? Maybe it's made by the same people. That is a very big possibility. I remember climbing along the plants. Chapter 2, Migration. After that amazing encounter, I land back on my feet and I notice that you can hug the little creature and the achievement says that it is a ballast. After that, he shows me the way as he serves as some kind of a navigator or a waypoint detector, I guess. After that, I move my way to the new plants and use the new ability that the Ballast has in order to ride along these plants, which I think is incredible. What? Whoa, oh my god. I kind of understand the overwhelmingly positive reviews now. Well, I mean, I've been playing for like 37 minutes, so after exploring a little bit more of the passages around this place, I come across a mural that strangely intrigues me. After releasing an echo from the little creature, it lights up and I get my very first achievement for these murals. And in this game, it is called a fresco. And I still do not know what a fresco means in this setting or at all. Hey! Activate a fresco. After exploring and climbing some more, I come to a part where I get a message that says that I have to use all the tools at my disposal in order to make this climb. It is a little bit tricky because I have to swing and figure out the right position in order to climb. The double jump also messes me up from time to time, and then the stamina drain that happens with the actual double jump and the jumping also gets me from time to time. It's also not always clear where you have to go, so I wanted to go sideways, but instead I have to go up. Then again, I should have known in this game you always have to go up if you want to reach your goal. But yeah, eventually I make it to the next part, or I make it to the ledge, and I continue along my way. After exploring a bit more, I discover one of many altars scattered throughout the game. It's actually the only altar that I have managed to find so far as of this recording. I continue exploring and climbing this residential area, or what I only assume is a residential area. And then a cairn is placed near one of the most tranquil spots that I have found in this game, where there's just nothing but silence overlooking a gorgeous view. That's just pure silence. Oh, if only I could shut off my brain like that sometimes. This game has a lot of paths to explore and a lot of things to discover, and you have to go on your own way. You have to explore the nooks and crannies, climb to different spots and areas to get all of the collectibles and explorables. I do just such a thing. I climb my way around and eventually come to a place with another mural or another fresco, and I just look around, see where to go, and then move along my way again. After a lot more exploring, climbing, finding and activating frescoes, looping around, just exploring and going about my way, after just a lot of that, I come to a little cutscene that shows me the sun as it adds a new mechanic to the game. So that's a lot of fun. Ooh. The sun burns ever hot. Man, looks like this was all underwater at some point with all the big corals and everything. So I have to activate all of these different spots, and then at some point the tide returns, I imagine. Oh, chapter 3, Solstice. Stamina drops more quickly when the sun is out. Roots will wilt in the sun and disappear after a certain amount of time. I fucking knew it. I figured that they were gonna introduce timed elements at some point. After dealing with withering plants and the burning sun, another new mechanic gets introduced into the game. These are special points where I can regain all of my rope and all of my pittons. Now, I do have to say, I don't really use my pittons all that much, or not as much as I probably should, but in the end, they're a safety net. They're like checkpoints, and you are free to use them how much you want yourself. But I do appreciate these moments where you can regain all your stamina, because the double jumping, especially failed double jumps, they take up so much stamina. So I'm really happy that these exist. Having been amazed earlier in this playthrough by moving plants, I am now amazed that there are little tiny rock creatures that I can actually hold on to and use as moving platforms. Oh, I guess I'm too heavy. So I need to keep alternating between, otherwise I'm too heavy for that small little rock. That makes a lot of sense, actually. As with any game, it can never be 100% perfect. I come across a little shortcut that brings me back to the very first altar that we experienced a little bit earlier on in this video. I try and go back, but it goes horribly wrong with me exploring this shortcut. At first, I was kind of wary whether or not I had already been here, but after going back up and down a few times, I eventually get stuck inside of the rock, having to reload the checkpoint and moving back to the old tree. Yeah, I've already spun this, right? Yeah. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, the game broke. No. No! No! What happens if I do a last checkpoint? Come on. I can't be. I'm not that far. Let me be at the tree. Oh. Thank the Lord. I choose to ignore this altar and continue along my way, but it had to happen at some point. I screw up. I use all my pittons. I use all of the stamina, and I'm just at a wit's end. I don't really know where to go. These moving rock creatures make it very difficult, so I just choose to reload my checkpoint once again and just try over. Just try a different route or a different approach. As nearly all mechanics have introduced themselves in this part of the game, they become more and more impressive with the climbs. At this climb particularly, I think I have 3 different stations where I can get my stamina back. There are plants that have to deal with the sun. There are moving rock creatures. There's just so many different elements that I have to deal with and manage. And it takes me a good little time before I can actually get through this part of the game. But luckily, it is a very cozy, relaxing type game where I can take my time and try different approaches if things do not work. I have another impressive climb ahead of me as I am getting closer and closer to the second altar, or second big moment within this game. There are more and more challenges coming ahead of me as I am trying to understand or trying to better place my pittance. That is my downfall. I fall quite a lot of times and I have zero clue if what I'm doing is right. I do not like the timed mechanics of the sun at all. I do get why they're at it, but I don't like them. And after a lot of trial and error, I do make it to the next point. This next point, though, kind of gives me what I feel like is an option between a hard route and a safe route. I do go for the safe route because I don't want to exert any more effort into this climbing game, but it only brings me up a little bit higher, though I do like the less effort that I have to put into this climb.
So are they giving me an option right now? Is this the hard path and this is the easy path? Well, for right now, I'm gonna take the easy path. There might be an achievement involved in doing the easy path or the harder path, but for right now.
In order to reach the second altar, I just have to tag along on these rock creatures a little bit more. I do make my way. I think it is a very interesting mechanic. These rock creatures continue to amaze me. The fact that they can hold my weight just like this. But I do make it to the second altar after just a little bit of tagging along and a little bit of climbing on my own.
Ah, this seems to be about the second altar that yeah. Oh, it still looks so weird. I've seen Gen V, that's what I wanted to say. I've seen Gen V, and there is a character in there who has an obsession with anything that looks like a hole. This kind of reminded me of it.
How did he even stumble across that creature? Like, how?
It's... yeah, 2 of the 5. So there's 3 more to go, and then I assume there's 1. Oh? Hey, why not? If there are smaller ones, there are bigger ones. Oh? Stuff that can roam the sky. I'm down for that.
Having activated this second tower, we move into chapter 4. Convergence. As I walk up the stairs in this new environment, I seemingly have already forgotten that I can use the Ballast Echo in order to get these plants to work. I completely miss them, but somehow I still fail with my jumps. After climbing and exploring, I get to a new mechanic or new creatures where there are sparks that can carry me to greater heights. I continue exploring along the way in this cavern that I assume used to be inhabited and sprawling with life. There's so many different paths to go. There are so many different choices to make, letters to read, shells to listen to, but in the end, there is only one thing that matters. Getting up or going up
and getting to the top and finding out what happened to all of that water. And now that the sparks are introduced, I can get to even greater heights. During this recording session, I remind myself several times that I need to use pittons more. It is a feature in the game that I don't really use all that much. I did it when the game reminded me, but beyond that, I don't really use pittons all that much. They're a safety net. They are an amazing feature. And even though I keep reminding myself, I don't really use them all that often and just power through.
Oh, I should have placed pittons. I should be placing pittons. That's what I should be doing. Oh, not whatever it is the fuck that I just did. I had completely forgot about pittons.
The next area that I come across really confuses me because I fully believe that I have already been here and that the only way through is through this gate. But lo and behold, they just look really similar to each other and I just had to move forward. As I experienced earlier, this game is not without its imperfections, but this time around, I get stuck on a piece of branch. I don't know what it is, but I feared for the worst when my character did not want to move at all.
Oh, excuse. Oh, I was stuck there. Oh. God, this game is a little bit glitchy from time.
The environments and the scenery that you climb through and explore through in this game are breathtaking. And in the total 4.5 hours that I played this game, every piece of scenery continues to amaze me. And anything that I show in this video cannot do the scenery justice. I highly recommend that you check out this game for yourself because it is absolutely breathtaking. The climbing can be kind of frustrating from time to times, but all and all, it is a gorgeous game, and the environment makes me wish that people were around. It wasn't so fallen and broken down, but the plans, the story, everything feels so nice, and I'm so glad that I played this. I don't have enough to say during certain moments, especially showing off the beautiful scenery as I've done in these last sections, but that's kind of why I wanted to promote this game a little bit more. After climbing and climbing and climbing, I once again have to remind myself that I should use the pittons more.
I keep saying that I should be placing pittons down. Oh. When I do a jump. Because I got 3 pittons. Like, I got 3 checkpoints, basically, that I can put down myself. And there are guides here. Because I imagine that they just kind of like, hey, you know, we put these hooks in the wall so that, you know, you kind of know when to place a piton yourself. At least that's what I imagine. And here I am, just fucking la-di-da. Keep jumping anyway, keep climbing.
Not long after reminding myself that I should use the pittons more, I am greeted by a gorgeous view.
Oh, excuse me?
That's beautiful. It's so amazing to look at.
I wonder if we're gonna ride one of those, like if we can interact with them somehow. Man, I can only imagine what this place looked like when it was fully inhabited.
After climbing this underground cavern with the beautiful sight that it has, the lights, the jellyfish, the ambience, everything just looks gorgeous down here. And you really wouldn't know that we are way up. But anyway, after a little bit more of climbing, I reach the 3rd altar in this series of 5 that we have in order to hopefully bring the rain or the water back.
Ooh, yep. Number 3. Damn. Oh, and then once there's water, that it will start to flow from there, right? Yeah. So there's 2 more, and then the main one, but we know that there's something in the sky. We know that there's like a big creature in the sky. Are you gonna lift me up? Like way, way, way up? Give me the ability to fly. Well, it would kind of defeat the purpose. But that would be really cool. And then I guess we'll be outside again. Because so we're gonna have to deal with the sun. Because you know we would have been out inside for a while. And they introduced the sun as a mechanic, so it's gonna reappear at some point. Ooh. Or maybe is he going to introduce the wind as a mechanic? Chapter 5, Mirage. Okay.
Moving into this new chapter, they add wind as a new mechanic, which can work with me or against me, depending on which way the wind goes, which I think is a very fun new mechanic, especially adding the sun earlier on. They're doing some great things here.
Oh, I can skip certain things. So is the wind then also going to... Yeah, the wind's also going to go down. It's going to go up and down.
After climbing and dealing with the wind, my rope does something very interesting. It wraps around a plant, causing me to not fall as far. Eventually, it de-ties itself and I fall all the way, but it is very interesting that the rope has some actual physics to it.
Ah! Oh. Oh, no. Man. That is kind of, like, not gonna lie, that is kind of cool that the rope kind of wrapped around the plant.
After climbing for what seems just a few minutes, I scout around and already notice that I am really close to the 4th altar. Maybe it is the wind carrying me upwards easier, or we are getting very close to the end of the game already. The first 2 chapters seem to go by at a very decent pace, but the more we're getting upwards, the quicker we seem to approach the end of this beautiful climbing adventure.
If it's that thing over there, it doesn't look like it's too far.
As we climb higher and higher, the bellowing roar of whatever creature is up here keeps getting louder and louder. With that, my interest in what this creature is also becomes more and more prevalent. But sadly, that curiosity is punished by me getting stuck on some tree branches on a section where I just have to shimmy through to the next passage. This is the second time this happens, and I am not a fan of it.
I want to know what you... Oh. Come on. No, 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 no. Oh my god. You just need to shimmy there. Whoa, this is the second time that has happened.
As we get closer and closer to this fourth altar, the wind is picking up, and it stops me dead in my tracks a few times. It actually becomes really annoying at a certain point, but we are getting quite high up, so it makes sense.
Oh, is it pushing me down so hard that I cannot climb? Jesus. Come on. Come on. Come on!
But I am persistent in this adventure, and after a bit more climbing in these extreme windy circumstances, I finally make it to the fourth altar.
It is another one. God damn, that is so fast. So that's 4. Does the mist clear and we just see a bunch of them? Is that where I need to go next? It did say Mirage. What? He's happy. Is that like family? Slow blinks. God damn. Does it say climb on? No. Are we like in the finale of this game? Bring us to the top. Bring us straight to the next one. Hold on. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Are we... No. No. Oh, I need... Oh! Do I need to get my footing? Huh. Oh, fuck! Woo! Oh my god. Okay, okay. Let's just go here. Like, I don't know where... Okay. Okay. This... We should be safe here. Whew. That was amazing.
As I continue to ride this gentle giant further and further up the mountain, I wonder why it's taking me this far up. It seems to be taking me to the top of the mountain straight away. I thought we were going to be climbing all the way on our own strength, but apparently not. And so does our little ballast lose oxygen, I imagine, because we're too far up. The skin of this bigger creature, which I can only assume is also a ballast, also starts freezing over, and we get so high up that we come to a ginormous crater, as what I can only imagine is all the water in this region or in this world is just suspended above us. Then this giant loses air himself, and we go for a free fall as we come to, and as we now have to explore and find the final altar, which I can only assume is in this part of the game.
Did we just go on a kamikaze? Thanks, but I could have climbed a piece of the way there? Right? Or do I need to climb the giant sphere in the... It's probably too cold. Right? Thank you. You did great, but this seems to be like some kind of kamikaze mission. Do I need to climb that tower and then it'd be over? Seems a pretty Ziggy. That has to be all of the water in the world. That just went up there. But then the water just went upwards, right? So is that all that water is just gonna fall back down?
As I get ready to climb the only structure that is in this place, my character once again gets stuck on something. But it is a lovable moment because I do hug my tiny little ballast friend when he has so little energy.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop! Oh! Stop it.
I put our little ballast friend back into the backpack and I start climbing. As I start climbing, though, the different grabbing points start to light up, showing me, or what I think is that they're showing me the way. I keep climbing and climbing, getting to several middle points, and then I just more climbing and climbing, just trying to get to the top of this place. And then something happens that I've not had happen before, and that is the game telling me that I don't have enough rope length, which is just really weird to me. I thought that we had magical rope here, but for some reason I am at the end of the rope, and I thought I climbed the wrong way or the right way, but instead I climbed the wrong way, and now I have to rethink my entire climbing strategy, trying to go back, trying to loosen up pittance, trying to just imagine what I could possibly do in order to just get more rope for myself. But in the end, I just try a different route, and somehow that manages to get me the right amount of rope. After climbing just a little bit more, I reach a set of stairs that takes me to the top of this tower. And at the top, I find the very final altar, very final horn that leads us to the end of this game.
Oh my god, is this a tomb? Is this, oh. Climb up here. Okay. We're getting there. We're doing things. Ooh, this is the last one, right? Can I do it without the little spirit? Is he pretending? Just a small... Oh, why is he... Can we make fire? Oh, all the remaining ones. Right, all the ones that crashed here. They are going to do it. Right? Or the big one. The big mama we just had. Yes. They're all still alive. Yes. Yes. I didn't even notice that they were in the shape. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, so I only needed 5 towers. I thought I needed 6. So that little guy is gonna turn into that. Space whales. Oh? Is it time? He's feeling better? But they're all going into the water? Are they gonna make the water... Oh, that is so cute. That is adorable. Oh, that's the one we originally saw. That's a lot of them. Is it gonna fill up? Rain. So it's, I thought it would just like come crashing down, but instead it's gonna rain back down. That made, but that entire outpost was abandoned. Ooh. Water Piper, complete the game.